Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, welcome to this video, where this is us reviewing the episode Most Reasons, by episode 4, closes, but yeah, in the end, he had one job, one simple job, to not let random person, Philadelphia City Councilman, download during live streams and broadcasts his constituents, so, there you go. But anyways, as I get right here into this review, I wanted to have this storyline join us in season 5. While shadowing Randall at work, Malik gets distracted when his mom calls about his daughter. He forgets to shut down Randall's live stream, and Randall unwittingly starts to get changed for a run while still broadcasting live. The show was begging for more levity to give us a break from the constant drama, but yeah, the videos are running through. So yes, I do think I don't think the best dancing around the house trying to imitate Randall's live stream performance, even if only for a few seconds. Very well. And as well, and as we all know, much worse things can happen on video meetings and live streams. So, in the grand scheme of things, Randall showing off his body and such wasn't that bad. But still, I do wish Malik showed even 10% more remorse for the position he put Randall in. He tells Randall that the reason he was a few minutes late that morning was why he was nodding off a little throughout the day, and just breaking off the live stream, is because his daughter is first priority. Noble in thought, but still, lots of people are single parents and they still can't get away with accidentally letting their boss get almost naked on the internet or at all. Instead, Randall is going to give Malik an internship. Randall sees a lot of himself in his daughter's boyfriend, and he warns him not to make his dreams smaller just because he needs to be there for his family. That's what Randall did after Jack died. Malik tells him he doesn't need to worry, he has big plans for his life. Ivy League College going to school and opening his first restaurant in Philly to get 3 Michelin stars, much to Deeja's charging a secret love for it, romance is more. Equally delightful about the storyline is the fact that now we'll get to watch This Is Us show us how Randall the internet was actually his destiny. Because when this video goes viral, the fishing grandfather who has pictures of Randall's birth mother Laurel sees it. He's very interested in the part of the live stream in which Randall talks about his birth father, William Hill. The man knows that name, which, alright. And it looks like it's only a matter of time before Randall gets some answers about all thanks to a little impromptu striptease. But hey, whatever, right? Everything happens for a reason, as I do say. Though on the opposite side of the spectrum is what's going on with Kate. Against their better judgment, Kate and Toby are getting deeply attached to Ellie and the baby she's planning to give up for adoption. They're even picked out a name for the baby glow, so they're in deep. Ellie asks Kate to go to her next ultrasound, her with her, and while in there, Kate actually uses the name Chloe when talking about the baby. It's awkward as heck, and Ellie looks uneasy about the whole thing, but you made the decision, right? Moving forward. And moving on, Katie asks Ellie if she just ruined everything, if Ellie's having second thoughts about going through with this adoption. That's not what's going on at all. Apparently, Chloe was this bitch from high school who tried to keep Ellie and her late husband apart when they first started dating as teens. The name threw her off. Ellie assures Kate she's not having any second thoughts. She tells her about when she got pregnant after just one night out, 2 years after her husband died. It took a few months, but she knew she couldn't keep it. At first, she was going to have an abortion. She made it to the parking lot of the clinic, but decided it wasn't the right choice for her. But she knows she's not meant to have this baby, and Kate and Toby are. It's the only thing she is sure of. It's destiny. When Ellie asks if Kate's going to judge her, Kate stops her right away. There's no judgment here, but still, something seems off about Kate after this conversation. Even Kevin can tell something's up when they talk on the phone later, and Kate mentions that all the big three have things from the past need to work out. Whoa, dang. Anyways, no. Anyways, back at home, Kate needs to tell Toby something she's apparently never told anyone in her family. And then we're back with 18-year-old Kate. We see the scene from last season when, after Rebecca, Kevin, and Randall run up to the cabin to get Kate away from that piece of crap Mark. Rebecca is saying goodbye to Kate as she and Randall head up to New York to visit Kevin. You know the time when Rebecca goes to NYC and does not hang out with an adult human male who can pull off a turtleneck? But anyways, 18-year-old Kate is left all alone, and now we see why she wanted her mom out there so fast. She takes a pregnancy test and it's positive. So prepare yourself. We'll definitely be headed back to that time period soon. I hope. I'm pretty sure. The rest of Honestly is about Kevin Pearson and his history of being coddled. It doesn't offer much new information. For years he had his sister as his assistant. They decide to pump him up and heap on praise whenever he needed it. We know Kevin is like this. Now we know Kevin was always like this. The Kevin storyline is all tied up into his new movie role. I'm sorry, film role. That pretended director would have your head for that, and that the one in which he's not. Yeah. Anyways, he's nervous. The director, Jordan Martin Foster, is highly sought after, and both Kevin and his co-star Ava are thrilled to be working with him. JMF seems to be only thrilled to be working with Ava. He barely says anything to Kevin, and when they rehearse, he keeps stopping Kevin and having him start over, but offers no notes. When Kevin asks for some, he replies that he didn't know Kevin was the type to need an attaboy. Afterward, when Kevin presses him about it, he gives him a speech about how Kevin is a good actor, but he could be great. Later, he sends Kevin a gift basket, and that says, "Attaboy." I don't understand JMF tactics, but regardless, Kevin's career is the least interesting thing about this character. Forever and always to me, at least. And of course, the storyline isn't just about his career. We jump back to when the big three were first born, and Rebecca and Jack's beard are dealing with sleep training issues. Kevin will not stop crying. They know they need to let him cry it out, but they can't do it. For Rebecca, it's nearly impossible, and eventually she fed up with not being able to sleep. Jack has to physically block Rebecca from going into Kevin's room when he starts crying. Just as Jack's about to go in, Kevin stops. The pattern repeats itself in the 90s with eighth grade Kevin. His football coach tells him he was all this potential, but he's not working hard enough. Kevin's already working harder than he ever has before, and he's exhausted. He wants to quit. Jack tells him there's no way, but Rebecca decides she wants to tell Kevin he can quit if he's miserable. Jack isn't surprised. He's let Kevin quit almost everything he started. It made him soft, he says. Well, interesting about that. Kevin's been standing on the steps listening to the whole conversation, and it spurs him to do something drastic. He asks Randall for help studying his playbook. So when Rebecca goes upstairs to tell Kevin it's okay to quit, she finds him doing something she never expected to see. Kevin and Randall working together over Randall's patented multicolored index card system, and also the boys going in for a high five. The Pearson brothers. Kevin knew exactly who to go to when he needed to work harder to be better. You know? And hey, look, Kevin's using those same multicolored index cards in present day to study his lines. Attaboy. And there's a little extra stuff in regards to things. Kevin tells Katie about the trouble he's having with his new director, and he really needs this performance to not be so tired. Kate points out that tired was exactly how Randall described Kevin's acting during their front lawn argument. Kevin just wants his brother's approval. While on the phone with Kevin, Kate brings up the conversation she had with Randall about growing up with the White family. Kevin mostly dismisses it because, as he puts it, their parents were obsessed with Randall. But then, when 8th grade, Kevin asked Randall why he studied so hard, and Randall responds, "Being me at my school, I have to be the best." Little Kevin just goes back to his work. Another example of how alone Randall was, even when he tried to open up. Your father and boyfriend spending the entire day together. What could go wrong in that scenario? The way Randall tortures Deja about his new dynamic is so perfectly a dad thing to do, and it's hilarious to me and many, I'm sure. And anyone else moved by the fact that Deja watches Randall's live stream every day? No? No? Okay. Maybe it was Miguel and Sheila who told Jack and Rebecca about crying it out. And when Jack continually reminds Rebecca of this, she is there. Hilariously responds, "Who made them experts about anything? Their kids are train wrecks." Okay then. But anyways, another great episode of the show. Certainly enjoying everything. Hold on a moment. Alright, sorry about that. But yeah, I hope to chat with you all soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And look forward to the next episode as we move right along later in the season. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving week. And above all else, as always, take care.